Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your November reading. Sorry, I'm shuffling the cards. But gentle reminder, this is for anybody that has their sun, moon, rising, midheaven, and or their Venus in the sign of Capricorn. However, if you are new to the Mother Teresa channel and family, welcome. I hope you enjoy all that you hear today, and definitely do subscribe before you leave. You won't be disappointed, I promise. But also, if you are just here because you are a cross watcher, there's no harm in that. There is also a message in here for you, and I hope you hear all that you need at this time. Let's see what comes up and out for you guys for the month of November. First out, we have the King of Pentacles. So working on generosity or just opportunity with money, really building your assets, building your skill sets this month. Or you are attracting somebody into your physical reality. If you're a woman watching this video, and this is a man that does have really good business acumen, is the type of person that can be the voice of reason in any situation, you know, completely understanding, which also is clarified by the Ace of Swords that came out after the King of Pentacles. A lot of you guys are really willing things and speaking things into existence. Knight of Pentacles is out. It's all about your money and all about you this month for the majority of you that are watching this video. As far as the second week, third week of November, what you might be feeling energetically as far as obstacles or any blockages, you have the Ace of Pentacles. So it's this belief in oneself, belief in one's capabilities, opening oneself up to more opportunity and expansion potentially. Six of Cups also came out, so this is like thoughts of the past clarified with the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so you're wanting to hold on to some memory that you hold really close to you. There's something that you can't forget or that you're unwilling to let go of. It's like a live and learn situation that you don't want to learn from, that you don't want to necessarily move past at this time as it regards your emotional health and well-being or your romantic relationships this month. But coming into the end of the month, what you will face, Ten of Swords has popped out with the Three of Cups, and let's get one outcome card. Okay, Judgment. Perfect. Bottom of the deck, Hermit card. So you might need to just take a few steps back so that you can really see what's going on. You know, sometimes the answer is right in front of your face, but you can be standing too close to recognize it and acknowledge it and or to obtain it. If this is like some type of goal that you're trying to get, if you're trying to have that type of eureka moment, if you're doing some research, like that's what I'm getting with this Pentacles card. If it's not creative endeavor, you can be in like higher education, like trying to earn like a doctorate degree, something like that, where you have to do like some research and you're having trouble with getting the answers that you need, with accumulating the data that you might need. There's just like one missing piece to the puzzle. But I feel like in order to get that answer, you're going to have to retract and withdraw a little bit by the end of the month here. Okay, you're going to have to also surrender to what is in the state of the things that are in your life right now, especially with this Ten of Swords energy. I'm also hearing be careful what you dig up, because you might not necessarily like what you find with some of the research that you might be doing here with this Judgment card. But as far as like heavy players in your life, if this is not your own energy, you do have a lot of earth energy here that is surrounding you. But also with this Judgment card, you can be dealing with a Scorpio. Six of Cups also in the obstacles position. It can be somebody that you are hung up on that has heavy water placements. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer energy is here. And then you have the Hermit card, which is Virgo, and underneath that is the High Priestess. So definitely might be a Pisces that is affecting your life, that is trying to cause you to change the way that you view life, you view things that you know. It's challenging the knowledge that you have acquired thus far in the research or the work that you've done. Okay, and it's causing maybe some discomfort here in the middle of the month because maybe you don't necessarily want to admit to yourself that you don't know as much as you think that you know, especially if you feel like you are in a position of being a teacher. Here with this King of Pentacles, you feel like you have pretty good status, you feel like your accolades speak for you, your degrees maybe even speak for you. Somebody is coming in that kind of like stabs at your thoughts and really asks that you look at why it is that you believe what you do, because at the end of the day, everything is a belief, you know what I'm saying? No matter like what avenue you choose as like a career. So like for an example, if you are a baker, then you believe that you can make a cake because you have these ingredients that over time some people may have tested over and over again to, what is that called? I guess like show the validity of the fact that if you use those specific ingredients in the way that it tells you to by the recipe, you know, going by the book of things, then you can make a delicious cake, you can make a delicious meal. You just have to follow the recipe. Same thing with like science. Again, it's going back to like this research because that's heavy on my mind, but it's the same thing in that field of study. You know what I'm saying? You grow up believing in the things that you might read about and or are tested upon and or do your own research on, because there's been a collective amount of people that have kind of fed you the information and have shown you the different ways that you can test something to prove, again, its validity. But I just feel like at the very basis of the examples I'm trying to use, it's just the fact that you personally believe that this cake is going to turn out great, so it does turn out great. You personally believe that the topics that you're studying in research or the work that you're doing in research is going to yield the results that you're hoping for it to get, because it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You believe it's going to be, so it happens for you. But who's to say that that is the absolute? Who's to say that that is the ultimate truth? That science is the ultimate truth, that math is the ultimate truth, you know, that being an artist is like the ultimate truth, that is the path that you should be going down, and that what you're doing is correct. It's really by your standards. It's really, what is that, like more of a subjective point of view instead of an objective one. So I feel like maybe you guys are kind of changing your subjectivity into a more objective approach and looking at the entirety of situations and the different ways, again, that you can like skin a cat, the different ways that you can come up with or the different like solutions that you can come up with for any problems that you're having. I feel like there's going to be an expansion of the mind, and that way, and you being able to expand your mind and not holding on so near and so dear to what you've personally valued for so long in your life will help you creatively in the work that you do and in the ways in which you can accumulate more money, because Pentacles is out like all throughout this spread. So I feel like money is good, but there's going to be a change in money in the way that you value money and the amount of your own self-worth that you put behind the material possessions that you do have in your life. I'm definitely getting that here with the King of Pentacles, that then reduces down to this Nine of Pentacles. If everything were to be taken away, who are you? I feel like you're getting back to your roots. You're getting to the root of a lot of issues as well. And the way that you are generous with yourself and are generous with others, and in the ways in which you are more restrictive, more confined, more, what am I trying to say? More like conservative here with these blockages. And the ways that you hold yourself back, how you also relate to other people on a humanitarian level as well, and in social situations and just within your relationships, right? Your psychology of relationships. I feel like that's taking a turn, and the importance you're placing on that. Like if at this time it means more to connect with other people here, because this energy is here by the end of the month, or if it means more for you right now to just be by yourself, because there's nothing wrong with being by yourself. You might be alone, but you're not like lonely, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of you guys are really looking at that. Like there's nothing wrong with honoring and embracing your independence at this stage in your life if you are single. And I feel like a lot of you guys are deprogramming. There we go. You're deprogramming yourself and your thoughts and the way that society has tried to condition you to think about relationships and where you're supposed to be at this stage in your life, right? Especially if you are single, because in a lot of these cards there's just a sole individual, except for in this Three of Cups and in this Ten of Swords here. But you can't just go with the crowd and live in the misery of the opinion of other people and what they expect of you and where you're supposed to be or what you're supposed to be doing or how much maybe you're supposed to be making if money is the topic of a lot of conversations. It's like you're going to go in the path, or you should go in the path of what your own personal misery is, right? Or your own happiness is, what really resonates with you on a soul level. Because if you're not living in your own misery, you're going to be living in the misery of somebody else. That's also like how they try to make it, or they try to explain it for people that are like interested in business, are very entrepreneurial, because that energy is also here. It's like you're either going to live long enough and be courageous enough to be your own boss, or you're always going to be the employee of a boss, you know? So it's kind of like, what do you want? Where do you see yourself? Where do you fit in within the bigger picture? Again, that's coming into play, but I feel like a lot of you guys just in general are really coming out of this social conditioning. You're deprogramming yourself and expectations that society has maybe tried to force upon you, that maybe a paternal figure has tried to force upon you, for things that you should do, for the footsteps that you're supposed to have followed. Like if he wanted you to come up under him, but you don't see yourself in the same field or doing the same things as this person, right? This paternal figure, this authoritative figure here in this King of Pentacles. It's like, well, what's going to make sense for you, right? So I feel like you're listening to those thoughts. You're open to suggestions in those areas of your life. You're seeking counsel. You're taking little bits of information and little bits of opinions and little bits of suggestions. But at the end of the day, you're going to take all of that and kind of transmute it into something that, again, solely works from you. And you're only going to be able to do that and, again, find the answer when you get into this hermit mode and really listen to your intuition and follow, again, the path of least resistance for you. Okay, some of you guys are going to really be taking more risks. Some of you guys, if you've been in a relationship that's been unstable, you're going to kind of figure out what it's going to take for the both of you to kind of come together to where the relationship, again, is interdependent and not codependent. With this Nine of Pentacles energy and this King of Pentacles energy, freedom is very important for you guys. You have to still have the ability to kind of live out your dreams and have your own personal time and your personal space, and still to be able to like enjoy your hobbies. I feel like that might be some of the blockages that you guys are experiencing in a relationship, right? And this person thinks that it has something to do with them. It has nothing to do with them. You have to also let them know that. But like you're not the type that likes the clingy types. And so you're going to have that type of conversation so that the relationship can ascend to higher heights, so that it can move forward in the most positive direction if that's the way that you want it to go. There is no profit in last week's fish. There's no sense in holding on to something that is not going to generate any profit or any success for you. Jupiter will be in Sagittarius around the 11th of November. I'm recording on the 25th of October. So you'll definitely understand and feel these energies and feel especially your luck changing on the creative front. And as far as your career is concerned, that will definitely take a turn, and for the better, right? So long as you've been doing the work in the last 7 months or the last 7 years to put yourself in a better position. Jupiter can only give you but so much as far as like what you've invested into yourself and into your craft. It can only give you back what you have given or what you've been willing to sacrifice. Nobody else can do it for you, okay? There is no movement without the first follower, so nobody else is going to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. That's what I have for you guys, all right? As far as chakras are concerned, your sacral chakra is everywhere. Get that into balance. I'm really seeing all of them. Your root chakra is here underactive. So get everything back into alignment. Above all else, make sure that you heed your own personal intuition and follow your own inner guidance, for you have the answers within. Okay, but at this time, give me a thumbs up if it resonated, share this with your friends and family, and do subscribe for more.